In this video, we are going to talk about the top 10 best road trip destinations. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. Our ranking of the top 10 road journeys in the globe includes everything from the harsh coastlines of Norway and Scotland to the alpine mountain passes and dry desert drives in Western America. It also features lush forests in Japan and India. Does some route planning after that and getting ready to be inspired? You've come to the perfect location if you enjoy taking occasional road trips. Here are the top 10 best road trip destinations. Number 10. The Great Ocean Road. The most famous route in Australia combines beach towns, lush woodlands, and rocky coastline panoramas. The Great Ocean Road officially begins in Torquay, a coastal town southwest of Melbourne, where the route's starting point is located. From here, it follows the Victorian coastline all the way up to the 12 Apostles, a collection of limestone sea stacks located right before Port Campbell. Although the weather effects have reduced the number of sea stacks over time, camper vans and cars alike still travel this road frequently from Melbourne as a scenic excursion. Before turning around to travel back towards Melbourne at the 12 Apostles, be sure to loop back inland at Cape Otway and take in the Otway National Park's lush woodlands before returning to the bustle of the city. Number 9. The Panorama Route. The route traverses the Drakensberg Escarpment in South Africa, passing through gorges, fruit orchards, animal preserves, gold rush sites, flowing waterfalls, and, of course, the magnificent peaks of the Drakensberg Escarpment. Arriving at the top, the appropriately called God's Window offers views of the Blyde River Canyon, the renowned Kruger National Park, and the Lebombo Mountains, which form the border between South Africa and Mozambique. The Kruger National Park, one of the largest game reserves in the world, is only 1 hour's drive to the east of the finish line in Pilgrim's Rest and offers a decent opportunity of seeing the Big Five. Number 8. Southern Utah National Park Circuit. Traveling across wide swaths of rocky desert in the untamed west of southern Utah, the sense of scale quickly becomes obvious in the region where burned red pillars of rock rise majestically from the earth. Although it doesn't have a name, this route combines a number of others that pass through some of the world's most breathtaking scenery. Each curve in the road, which, on some stretches, can be few and far between, displays a breathtaking scene reminiscent of Hollywood westerns. The journey begins at Dead Horse Point near Moab and travels approximately 500 miles through the breathtaking Canyonlands National Park, Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, Capitol Reef National Park, and Bryce Canyon before arriving at Zion National Park. It's difficult to resist a night or two at the magnificent Amangiri Hotel, a luxury retreat that blends into the huge, surrounding scenery of canyons, mesas, ridges, and gorges, for those wishing to indulge en route. Number 7. Atlantic Road. One of the greatest ways to experience Norway's enormous environment is to travel the country's extensive road network, which is interspersed with bridges, tunnels, and ferries. It's not difficult to find inspiration in this region, with its towering, sheer-faced, and snow-capped peaks rising from the glacial lakes and cold fjords. The Atlantic Road, which stretches from Molde to the island of Avery and offers some breathtaking views of the Atlantic, is one particular road that may be the best representation of Norway's sightseeing routes. It's easy to enjoy the peace and quiet as you glide through the sparkling water if you tackle this stretch on a calm summer day, but if you go there as a fierce northwest storm approaches, be prepared to experience the full force of the Atlantic's majesty. Number 6. The Japanese Alps. One of the best things you can do in Japan is get off the train and into a car. While the Shinkansen, or bullet train, is an amazing engineering achievement, discovering Japan by car is the best way to discover the nation's best-kept secrets. By taking the circuitous route, from Kyoto to Tokyo, proceed up to Kanazawa in the north. From here, the road travels east into the Japanese Alps, passing by the high mountain onsen, hot spring, resort towns. The route is a must-take for any experienced drivers because it features some amazing, well-maintained driving routes that wind through the highlands. The road passes via some historical sites, like the samurai capital of Matsumoto, before turning south towards the hill resort town of Karuizawa and Tokyo's flashing neon signs. Number 5. Vinod Ghat Road. It's thrilling to hold on for dear life as you navigate the curves and turns of Kerala's Vinod Ghat Road. The route weaves its way past waterfalls, foggy mountains, and massive, centuries-old tea plantations as it winds through the Western Ghats lush forest. It's worth stopping along the way to soak in the breathtaking landscape when driving the Thamarassery Charam Mountain Pass, which is 800 m above sea level. You can even hike to explore the waterfalls and paths, just be careful of wandering wild elephants. Number 4. The North Coast 500. The North Coast 500 is among the top road trips available in the UK. The 500-mile route, which follows Scotland's rocky northern coastline in a loop, takes in everything from white sand beaches to mountains and outlying fishing settlements. From Inverness, the route heads north, passing through the Black Isle, Easter Ross, and Caithness as it circles the British Isles' highest peak, John O'Groats. The route then turns south and travels through Sutherland and Wester Ross before returning to Inverness. The NC 500 travels 500 miles across unspoiled coastline and highland scenery, through some of Scotland's most stunning beaches, recognizable mountains, and charming communities. This road trip offers a uniquely Scottish experience, from exploring fantasy castles to ascending breathtaking mountain roads. Driving the North Coast 500 requires at least 5 to 6 days, although it is worthwhile to take longer time because there is so much to learn. Number 3. The Carretera Austral. Everyone should put Patagonia on their travel wish list. Mountains, lakes, woods, and fjords make up this lonely, prehistoric environment, all of which can be enjoyed while traveling down Chile's southern highway, Route 7, known as the Carretera Austral. The 770-mile journey is best traveled between October and April and is for people looking for adventure off the usual path. The route begins in the populated city of Porto Montt in the Chilean Lake District and travels south through the towns of Santa Lucia, Coyhaique, and Tortel before coming to an end in Villa O'Higgins. Give yourself plenty of time to experience all that Patagonia has to offer, and be ready to get out of the car and climb, ride, or go swimming to take in the breathtaking scenery. Number 2. The Karakoram Highway. Between Hassan Abdul, just outside of Pakistan's capital Islamabad, and Kashgar, the second largest city in China's Xinjiang province, the Karakoram Highway winds for 1,300 kilometers through breathtaking high-altitude Central Asian mountain landscapes. However, it must be made clear that, in light of the current unrest in Xinjiang and the requirement for pricey permits and a guide on the Chinese side, travelers now primarily use the section of the Karakoram Highway in Pakistan up to the Khunjerab Pass, the world's highest land border at 4,800 meters in elevation. Traveling along the Karakoram Highway can take anywhere from a few days to a few weeks, depending on your destination. There are a ton of breathtaking mountain ranges with peaks that are rarely lower than 7,000 meters, not to mention the mind-blowing high-altitude desert scenery and side trips to valleys like Shimshal and Chaperson, which can add several days to your journey. For the most enjoyable experience, it is advised that you ride a motorcycle along the Karakoram Highway. The summer, when the weather is at its best, is undoubtedly the ideal time to go on the Karakoram Highway, but you'll have to share the experience with the most people. Number 1. Blue Ridge Parkway. The beginning of the most incredible beautiful byway that winds through the lush, mountainous forests of Virginia and North Carolina is located just over 3 hours southwest of Washington, D.C. The Blue Ridge Parkway begins in Afton, Virginia, and travels for 469 miles, 755 kilometers, down the spine of the Blue Ridge until ending in Cherokee. It is so named because the surrounding mountains appear blue when viewed from a distance. Traveling through this area is enjoyable at any time of year, but in the fall, when the woodlands change iridescent colors of brown, orange, and red, get ready to be astounded. This route through the eastern U.S. states, which connects the Shenandoah National Park and the charmingly called Great Smoky Mountains National Park, is one to enjoy. What do you think about our video? Let us know in the comment box below. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Thank you.